Good morning, student. Here in our course, that is the post harvest technology, myself, Professor Ashwini Sothe, we are discussing today about the chemical used for hastening of the ripening. So, here is a concept about the artificial ripening means by use of the various chemical, the ripening process is can be hastened or the accelerate. It is the process by which ripening is controlled and the product may be achieved as per the requirement by controlling the different parameters. It is done to achieve the faster and the more uniform ripening process. Generally, 80% of the fruits are ripened artificially through the ripening agent. The cosmetic quality of artificially ripening fruit will increase, but the organoleptic quality, nutrition value, and the shelf life are depreciated when the fruits are subject to treatment without considering the maturity status. So the artificial ripeners are the chemicals or the agent which are used to ripen the fruits artificially. These are used during the pre-harvest, post-harvest, transportation stage, and storage stage by the farmers, transporters, and the traders. These induce color changes and accelerate the ripening process. Ripe fruits are not suitable to carry and distribute, so the farmers pick unripe fruits and which are hard and green and further ripen it by using the chemicals. Some most commonly used artificial ripeners or the chemicals are calcium carbide, acetylene gas, or ethylene glycoside or the ethylene glycol. First is the calcium carbide. The chemical formulation of calcium carbide is the CaC2. It is a chemical compound used in the production of the acetylene and the calcium cyanamide and also in gas welding. Or the acetylene is the gas required for the welding purpose. It reacts with the water or the moisture to produce the acetylene gas, that is the carbide gas, which act as a ripening agent, produces the similar effect like ethylene, but the acetylene is not effective as ethylene. The fruits develop good peel color with calcium carbide. The intensity of color developed proportional to concentration of this CaC2, that is the calcium masala. So example of these climatic fruits can be ripened by this method or ripened by this chemical. Mango, banana, apple, papaya, sapota are ripened by this carbide chemical. This calcium carbide having the health effects. The early symptoms of this arsenic or the phosphorus poisoning includes the vomiting, diarrhea with or without blood, burning sensation of the chest and the abdomen, thirst, weakness, difficulty in swallowing, irritation or the burning in the eyes and the skin. Further, by this health effect is the permanent eye damage can be possible, the ulcer on the skin, sore throat, cough, and the shortness of the breath can be seen in case of the severe effect. The higher exposure may cause a buildup of fluid in the lung for the ripening process. Here is the picture shows this calcium carbide powder which is sprayed on the fruit or the unripe fruit, and again these in the presence of the moisture, this acetylene gas is releases, and this acetylene gas shows the similar effects of the ethylene. So the very uniform color is appeared on the all over the fruit. In case of the naturally colored fruit, naturally ripe fruit, the black stalk are formed uh, uh, due to natural ripening. So it requires the more time for the ripening process, and the brown spots are appeared on the skin due to uniform or the ripening of the inner pulp of the fruit. So next compound is the ethaphone or the ethyl 2-chloroethyl phosphophonic acid, having the chemical formula C2H6C ClO3P is the chemical formula. It is a commercially available plant growth regulator which is a source of ethylene similar to that produced during the ripening process. The government of India has allowed the use of ethophone for the ripening of the fruit as it is the less harmful ripening hormone or the ripening compound. Fruits ripened with ethyl have the more acceptability and more shelf life than fruits ripened with the calcium carbide. The fruits ripened by use of these compounds are the mango, papaya, banana are usually ripened. The procedure is slightly difficult. The fruit seller have to either dip the solution of this mixture or pass the fumes of these chemicals through the fruits. Then in Tamil Nadu, a solution has been developed for the ripening. A mixture of the water 5 liter ethophone 39% 10 ml or the NaOH 2 gram kept in a bucket close to mangoes heaped in an airtight container would release the ethylene gas which naturally facilitate the ripening of the fruits without any harmful effect. Ethophone is the sold under commercial name as the floral or the candy effect. The next is the ethylene or C2H4. Ethylene is a daughter of the ethyl, that is the C2H5. It is a natural plant growth hormone. It acts as a stimulating or regulating enzyme for the ripening of the fruit. It is a gaseous hormone naturally produced in a fruit. Commercially, it is very expensive, so traders use other chemicals like calcium carbide. The concentration of the ethylene required for the ripening initiation of the commodities mostly in range of the zero point 0.1 to 1 ppm. The climatic fruit produces the large amount of ethylene for artificial ripening. Ethylene is a spray using catalytic generator in closed room under the controlled temperature and the relative humidity. The enzymes which required for the ripening process are the kinase, amylase, hydrolase, pectinase and the hydrolases. This is the artificial ripening chamber. In this, the fruits are kept for the ripening process. Here is the shows the gas containers which having the ethylene gas, and it is released by the exhaust fan, and the uniformly ethylene gas is incorporated in the whole room uniformly. So the ripening process is started now. So optimum ripening condition for the different fruits, the temperature having 80 to 25 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 90 to 95%, ethylene concentration 10 to 100 ppm is sufficient for the ripening. Duration for the treatment is 24 to 72 hours depending on the fruit kind and the maturity of the stage. Air circulation sufficient to ensure the uniform distribution of ethylene gas. High amount reduces the effectiveness of the ethylene. Carbon dioxide required less in. Here is the another compounds that start the ripening process. Ethylene glycol. The chemical formula for the ethylene glycol is CTH6O2. Ethylene glycol chemical structure contain the gas ethylene. Okay, means that is the CHC and the OH. So the ethylene reacts with the hydrogen peroxide to produce the agent ethylene glycol. It is very much more inexpensive than the gas ethylene. Another aspect is to cheapness. It can be diluted with water. The main disadvantages of ethylene glycol is of the swallowed. It is poisonous. The swallowing of the liberal compound cause the kidney failure. It can use to ripe the fruits in a colder climatic environment. So other than this chemicals, the abscissine, and then ascorbic acid, alcohol, fatty acid, these compounds are also used for the ripening purpose. Thank you.